So seemingly, everything is always slipping away. Like these words that you're hearing, coming in and out. The light that flickers, the sound that comes and go, the pictures, the beating of the heart, the lungs, air coming in and out. Like magic, it appears out of nowhere and disappears again. Yet something is not moving. Something is never lost. Like a game of hide and seek or peekaboo. Opening and closing, coming and going, appearing and disappearing, flickering in and out. It's like an incessant cascade of everything is slipping away. Relationships come and go. Memories come and go. Yet there's something that is unwaveringly simply already this. And this never moves, never changes. Time seems to tick and talk. But there's always this timelessness that is unknowable. Everything is coming and going. People, money, careers, romantic relationships. Yet something is unchanging. But yet, whenever everything is looked at, everything is new again. Not like before. And everything comes and goes again, like echoes of external sounds coming and going, the fleeting images that appears on the screen. Like an infinite vanishing act. Now you see me, now you don't. Materializes and seemingly dissolves. Wow, what is this that can't be figured out? Yet the trying to figure out comes in and out. Seeking goes dissolving, appearing, yet something has never been lost. It has never moved. It's never been figured out because it does not require figuring out. So apparently characters tries to hold on to things that they apparently love. Family, partner, homes, careers, money, seeking. But seemingly, everything is constantly moving and changing. But there's this immovable presence, not a source, not a self, not an understanding, not a comprehension, this unwavering peace, not as a knowledge, not as an experience, not as a coming and going. Simultaneously, seemingly, there's something that moves in and out and nothing that has ever moved. This silence that seems to emanate this sound never moves. This stillness that appears as this movement never moves. It's beautiful, and yet some find it scary to face this immovable mystery. It fears the unknown, seemingly. So it grabs onto the illusory aspects of what seems to be going on, like drama, stories, comparisons, the game, the play, the illusion, the dance. But there's this infinite void, this boundless freedom, ceaseless, seamless wonder that is never changing, that is always there. It keeps on overlooking what is obvious, overseeing what never moves. And all of this seeming coming and going of thoughts coming in and out, there is this quietude that never changes, that is immovable. So it seeks in noise when it's looking for silence. But the noise emanates from the silence, it's just echoes of silence. So nothing is ever separate. Nothing is ever lost. Very simple. Everything is already as it is. Despite of all of this coming and going, this toing and froing, everything that passes and goes, there's this solidity, the unicity that can never change, despite of what you think or not think. It's always there. It has never left, and it's infinitely what is. Not as an idea, because no one can think what infinite is. These words that are seeming to capture what this phenomena is, this wondrous mystery that will never be solved, that will never be figured out, because it's already the case. It's already simultaneously happening and not. And it appears as everything. What never moves, it appears as this movement, tears flowing down the cheeks from sadness, laughter erupting out of nowhere. And everything in between appears as the sensations that comes and go, illnesses that comes and go, the breath that comes and goes. But there's this wholeness. It's everything is already whole and complete. Not a wholeness as an idea, as a concept, as a thought, a wholeness that encompasses everything that moves and does not. So it's not about dropping away something. It's not about letting go of something. It's none of those, because that comes and goes. It's seeing what never moves, the unicity, the all-encompassing isness that is always this, permanently this, no matter what it is. And the beauty that seems to capture, seems to be chasing beauty, beauty looking for beauty. When it sees its beauty, then all the word falls down, it collapses. It becomes irrelevant. Thoughts, ideas, concepts fall apart, because it's not something that can be said. It is something that cannot be said. It's not in what I say, it's what in I don't say. And it's stunning. This obviousness, this clarity, not for anyone, to simply see that there's no one that is apart, that there's no two, not as an idea, not as a concept, but as a default setting. So everything that seems to arise, all of this seeming apps that tries to create this separate illusion of a character moving through time and space, of someone longing for liberation when everything is already free. It's already free as it is. Devoid of knowing, devoid of wisdom, devoid of anything, when everything just seems to drop. Not wanting to drop, but just drops. When there's the stop sign at the end. When seeking becomes fruitless. because it already is. What seems to be longed for is already appearing in everything. What this is looking for this, when all of this is just this. And again, these words are never going to capture what's being expressed here, because it already is. It's simply already this. If you would like to ask any questions, please go ahead, or have fun and just chat about something that cannot be talked about. Please raise your hand, and thank you.
Emerson, thank you.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is that Corey?
It is.
Oh, hi,
Yes.
Corey. Hello.
Oh, I just thank you. That was absolutely stunning. That
Oh,
really
thank you.
moved me to shivers. Unbelievable. Beautiful. To get a recording of that, will it just be a straightforward recording of the whole Sunday evening?
I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll release both. I'll release an intro version and a full version as well.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to hear it again and again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It's often what's often cannot be said when it's said, and it's often when I came into this meeting and I have no idea what to talk about,
no.
that it just comes out. Yeah.
It's incredible. It just totally, well, for me anyway, it just moved me to tears, really.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Corey. We'll chat soon. And I still have to send you that recording of our talk.
Oh, no, it's always nice to hear it again.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. Cheers, everyone.
What he was saying is
there are some people that fucking shit up.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting here.
Guy?
You see me sitting.
Hi, Andrew.
That's all you would have to do to fuck up.
Maybe Andrew does. The thing that doesn't change. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kathy.
No, go ahead.
No,
The thing
no,
that
no,
doesn't change. No, I really want to hear that.
Oh, it's
what
just
doesn't change?
Jeffrey said the thing that doesn't change is unknowable. The thing that is constantly changing is the known. The unknowable and the known are just this. Yeah. There's nothing
Very
that's outside of
good.
this. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Wow. Jeffrey just put that in the chat right now?
Yeah, he did. He just did. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And he just came off the top of his head like that, huh?
Yeah. Just comes and goes,
Cool.
kind of like the intro, right?
That was so nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, that was so nice. Okay. Before I forget, this is what I was going to say before I forget. I said that was so sweet. The Swami YouTube, the letter Swami YouTube. I said, oh my God, that was so.
I just keep on laughing when I think of that Swami YouTube and Ananda.
Oh, it was so adorable. It was so sweet, and I just couldn't get over it. And I said, wow. Then at one point in the letter, he says, thanks, Emerson, or something like that. I says, an Emerson gets another one released.
It's funny, right? Because we never even talked. It was just a video that was seen. So I never really did anything. Yeah, I just wanted to show.
I'm just saying, though, it's the video and the guy, that's it, finish. No more seeking. It was great. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, that was so great. Just a couple of videos. Yeah. Oh, and then the other thing I was thinking too, I said, I loved all those photos that Kelsey took.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
She's quite the photographer. I don't know if she's here or not. But
she comes once in a while, but she does she has a photography, she does it professionally, right? So and she's no longer seeking, so it's kind of funny. We just have fun.
Well, she probably will listen to the recording at some point, maybe.
She does sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And then I was saying, this is paradise. That photo was like I said, oh, it's like you and Kelsey painted the mural together. You know, it was like so apropos.
It's a
of what-
Cameron Hotel in Toronto.
But it was so apropos
Yeah.
for your talks. Like, it was like, you made it, you know, you and she did it. You know what I mean? You made it. I was like, wow. Because you had just been talking about This Is Paradise like a week before
Yeah.
or something. Or maybe I don't even remember, 2 weeks
It
ago.
just popped out. We were driving and like, that's cool. She saw it. She
Oh,
she has
that
a
was
photographer's eye,
great.
right? So she's like, let's take a picture there.
It was so appropriate. I mean,
Yeah.
really, just so appropriate. And oh, so yeah, so no, I was I was looking at about 2 weeks ago. You sent a on the letter for the meeting. You sent that one photo where you're standing with your hand on your chin, like you're thinking. There's a mural in the back too.
Oh yeah. There's this area in Toronto it's
Well,
basically graffiti street, right? So there's graffiti everywhere, and it's legal to do graffiti on that street. So it's just
So anyway, I was looking at that photo. Every time I look at that photo, I'm like, oh my God, I know him, but from where, I don't know. So I'm racking my brain. I'm like, was it your landlord at one point? Was it your accountant? You know, it's just like there's something that happens in the face. So then I was like, okay. I was like, what's happening is, it's a movie star. It's a movie star that you know. And I racked my brains, and I don't know too many actors. I don't even watch, movie anything anymore. So I was like, okay. So the only one I could come up with was Burt Reynolds. He's about 90, but I mean when he was young, like doing Smokey and the Bandit or whatever. So anyway, then I said, you know what? I'm just going to throw it out there. And if anybody saw that photo and they know who you look like, put it in the chat, because it got to me. It bothered me. I was going to show my sister and ask her, who is it, anybody that we know from the old neighborhoods? But she was in a rotten mood about something else. So I didn't want to start like, take a look at this photo. It wasn't the appropriate time. But anyway, I'm just throwing it out there to whoever's there. If they tell me who the photo looks like, what movie star, or maybe it's an author. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, and I'm going to let somebody else talk for now.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Maria.
Hi.
Hello.
I just got like triggered.
Oh no.
Yeah, but then I like untriggered. So
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm talking. No, it was when you were like, Kelsey's not seeking anymore, and I was like, I'm still seeking. Oh, worthless piece of shit.
But that's just another movement, right? Of something that
Yeah.
is already here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just so sneaky.
It is very sneaky, and this comes and goes, right? It's almost like, aha. It's almost like, it almost like it pokes, it keeps on poking, right?
Yeah. And it's kind of like doing like I don't know, so I'm like, all right, I'm not seeking anymore. I'm never gonna go to another Emerson talk. And then here I am. And then it's like, well, it's kind of this fun thing now where it's like, then I go to the Emerson talk just to be like, I don't want to land on another identity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All of that is just noise in something that is already quiet.
Yeah.
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 It's all of this. It's like it's the static when it's already clear.
I know, and it's
Yeah.
so. Did you get my voice note?
No, not yet. Not yet. When did you
Oh,
send that?
okay. So I sent you a voice
I'm-
note. No, I sent last night, and it was
Okay.
like, it's like, you know, in Toy Story, when the kid is coming up the stairs and all the toys just fall.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. It's
Yeah.
like there's so much like process and getting there and doing it, and then when it actually kind of like happens,
It just goes.
just go.
Yeah.
There's like no, there's nothing. There's no like pomp and circumstance or celebration. It's just bloop.
Yeah. It's just that's I really like that. I'm gonna borrow that.
Yeah,
Because
please.
it's like everything is animated, right? Oh, I'm seeking this and everything, and then when someone walks in the door, everything just collapses and it's nothing.
Yeah.
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 Beautiful.
But then it reanimates, and then it
Yeah.
unanimates.
So what? You've already seen it fall.
Yeah,
You're
so it's
you're
kinda like
already
what-
in a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. and
You've already seen the
knowing-
movie.
Yeah. Well, and also that the does
Yeah.
like I can't it just happens. Like there's no
You
'cause
can't force it.
yeah.
And again, kind of
This
like it's kind of like, you know, when there's still kind of like there's still sometimes, you know, in apparent, you know, stories anyway, that there's still going to be some residues that appears, right? Until it goes like that again. And it's just coming and going, right? It's
Yeah.
already, it's always seen, but it's always seen, but it's often missed. It's already that. Even the idea that, oh, someone is still not seeking anymore, that thing, that statement, it's just empty. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, and like so yesterday I had a little like retreat with you where I just listened to like 3 talks in the day. And it
Oh,
was quite
no.
spontaneous. It was just, yeah, it was just lols. I liked it. And whilst I was listening, it was like, there was just like a deep kind of dropping into it, and like a lot of sensations, and kind of like that thing where you're like digging to get it.
Yeah.
You know? And that does somehow like lift things for a while.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because
It does.
there's,
It does.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's like inquiry around
It's
the
almost
thoughts
it's
and-
almost that tightness, and then it lifts a bit.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's quite a laborious lifting. You know, it's quite like I have to concentrate and I rewind about and blah blah and just
Because that's how
try-
the character is conditioned, right? It tries to get something, right? It's very similar here, right? Because I would do that over and over again. I'm like, okay, I'm getting it now. Like,
yeah.
oh, that's it. And then I'm
Yeah.
getting it. I want to go deeper. I want to go deeper. And like, oh yeah.
But
It's not a process, right? So the character is process basically. But since there's no character, it's not really a process. It's always it. Even the seeming appearance of a process of trying to kind of like, I got it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because then it's like, right, I'll just listen to 3 Emerson chats every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That was
Please
like-
don't.
That was what my mind goes. And then, and so okay, and I guess what's happened, like, yeah, because the mind will be like, it's because we went really deep with 3 or 6 hours of this stuff.
Yeah.
That
Then
now
you're
I'm
making it into a
feeling-
practice of Emerson. When
Yeah. Yeah. But then when it like, then it doesn't, it's random.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you know what I
really
mean?
random, right? It's kind of like what I was saying earlier, right? It's just comes and goes until you see that it's the same as what doesn't come and go.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
trying to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
without trying to see that. It's almost kind of like catching that at the very moment, like that Toy Story scene. You're like, oh, yeah.
Catching the
Catching that
the
moment.
animation.
Catching the whole picture basically, right? Of, you know, because people are just focused on the Toy Story kind of like characters, but the Toy Story character is not really even there. You know what I'm saying? It's not even, no one sees them basically as animated, because the moment
Right.
that someone sees them, they don't move.
Yes.
Yeah, but when no one's watching, they're always moving and plotting.
Ooh.
See, so you had something really good there with that analogy, and I just stretched it a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. For people that don't know what Toy Story is, it's a Pixar Disney film. It's about toys that are animated, but the moment that the kids see them, or any human sees them, they don't move. But in the movie, they're always plotting. There's a story and everything. But from the human perspective, so you're kind of like in on what's happening, but it's not really happening.
That's super cool, because
Yeah.
that's it. They don't. Oh, bless them. That's funny. Yeah, they don't exist to anyone but their own stories. I love that Ram Dass quote, which is like, we're just reassuring each other our costumes are on straight all the time.
I like that too.
Yeah, it's so good. All right, I might come back. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that recorded? Yes, it's recording right now. That scared me a little bit. I'm like, oh, did I not record all of that? I like the Toy Story part. Yes, there's I still have cough. But I love this meeting. So it's seemingly in the stories like the highlight of the week, right? So oh, the pictures. Yeah. There's a lot of pictures that it was just a lot of fun taking pictures, right? Because there's really no really agenda, just to have fun and take pictures, and just a lot of giggles and laughters, and so it's I used to when I was a spiritual teacher, I used to try to look super serious in all the picture. It was like a lot of pictures like this. I showed some people some of those pictures. I cringe now. Although there's nothing wrong or right about that as well. Hey, Jeffrey. Hello. You have to unmute yourself. Oh, there you go.
You hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, I haven't talked to you for a while.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when I have a question, it seems to evaporate before it either gets answered, or I realize that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but what I keep coming back to your meetings because I'm trying to work this out. When I
Yeah.
say that is, I notice that you celebrate your birthday, you walk your dog,
Yeah.
you have relationships with your family,
Yeah.
and yet there's no Emerson doing that.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful?
So is all that just happening by itself without you doing it?
Yeah. So there is a story track, you know what I'm saying? Something that doesn't really have a story. So the story track, there's an Emerson, there's a dog, there's a birthday and everything, but those are all irrelevant, right? But
It
it's
unfolds by itself.
yeah, it does. It does. Seemingly, of course.
And you just watch.
Not even watching, because there's no one watching, right? It's just
Oh,
is. Yeah. So it's not
So-
separate, right? So it's
So you are
birthdaying. Yeah.
So you are it, but it's effortless.
It's
You're-
everyness. Yeah. It's in everything. So there's no more individual seemingly that just claims that this is my life. You know what I'm saying? It's just life appearing as this. It seems
But
to
you're
appear
still-
as
but you're
birthday
still-
happening.
But you're still enjoying it. You're in it.
Oh yeah,
enjoying it.
totally.
Um,
Totally. There's a misconception when it's
but there's no
clear.
you, but there is
Yeah. There's also no you though, Jeffrey.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I have I have a younger brother who is he's a businessman. He isn't spiritual at all. So I wouldn't even try to explain non-duality.
Yeah.
But I noticed when I was
It's pointless. Yeah.
when I was talking to him yesterday, I was able to become his brother.
Yeah.
The conversation just happened all by itself without my trying to be Jeffrey. Jeffrey just automatically came in and had the conversation. It was effortless. And yet I was realizing at the same time that I wasn't doing it.
Yes. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, so at first it kind of confused me because it's like, am I doing this or is it happening? And I realized that it's just happening.
It's just happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
mystery, right? That
so
it's
I
even
don't-
happening.
So I don't need to question it. Like you say, it's a mystery. I don't have to question why it's happening or even what's really happening because there's no way of knowing what's really happening.
Oh, yeah.
It's
But again, but there's no choice again in trying to question, not to question, right? So it's kind of like what you said, it's just all happening automatically. So it's just whatever it is. So even if a question happens, that's also just innocently playing along that there's a question that needs to be answered. But really, it's an answer pretending to be a question when there's really no question that needed because it's already answered.
well, yeah, I'm noticing that the questions are becoming less and less.
Yeah. When the questions seemingly become less and less, so does the seeming suffering, doesn't it? Right? Because the suffering is seemingly kind of like running of like, why this, why that, why
Right.
me, why have this happen, and all this why.
Well, yeah, the why always has to do with the suffering and the pain.
Yes.
I never ask why the happiness, why the fun,
That's
why
right.
why
Why the freedom? Why the
why the
peace?
drug addiction. I never questioned my drug addiction,
Yeah.
but I always question the hangover afterwards. Why do I have to suffer for my pleasure? And now I
Very
can,
well put.
yeah. But now I see that the suffering is just the other side of the pleasure. That
It
if you
is.
go for one, you gotta go the other half
Yeah.
is part of it. So
It
again,
is,
there's no need to question it. That's
It's
just
just that's also what is, the whys are also what is.
right.
The hangover is also what is, unfortunately.
Right. Well, I realized that if I don't want the hangover anymore, I have to stop doing the.
Yeah.
And so I stopped doing the.
Oh wow. Hooray.
But I found a more level playing field where I'm
Yeah.
not having the highs, but I'm not also having the lows.
Exactly.
I'm more in the middle.
And that's what seeking is. Seeking is like a drug addiction as well, right? It's another addiction because it seeks for the highs and the lows. And what's being spoken
Right.
about is the sobriety of that. You're like, okay. And and it's not nothing wrong with highs and lows, but when there's something wrong with high and there's something wrong with lows, then
Well,
that's
it's
the suffering.
after-
Yeah.
It's chasing after the high.
Yes.
I noticed that without chasing anything, every once in a while a high happens. It just something
Yes.
that, so and then it's wonderful because it happened all by itself without my wanting it.
Yes. It's like questioning the high tide and the low tide. Both are beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I got it.
Yay!
Whatever it is.
But not you, but got it.
Yeah, it's been gotten. Thank you, Emerson.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love you, man.
I love you too, Jeffrey. So it's so great to see you. I have a question. Oh, Joe. Hey, Joe. Hello, my friend. I like your hat.
You like my hat?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear?
I'm a hat guy, so.
Can you
Oh, I
hear?
can't hear you.
Can or can't?
It's very, very faint. Can you guys hear it?
Hold on.
No.
I'm always having trouble with my
Okay,
mic.
I can hear you now.
All right.
Okay.
I might have to kind of.
Maybe get closer. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. How you doing?
I'm good.
You good?
Still sick, but good.
Oh, you're sick.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's been a while since we
Yeah.
last talked. I haven't been in any of the meetings. I've just been kind of, I guess, busy.
It's not necessary, but
Yeah,
it's
I
good
know.
to see your face.
I've been like listening to a lot less of like this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Everything becomes irrelevant after a while, and but even if this, there's still, I was talking to someone and they, person still looks for the new videos to come out just
yeah.
as music, it's just like a soundtrack now.
Well, I've been
just
doing a lot more with like that, like making music and stuff. Just
Oh, good. I have to hear some of them. Send me
Yeah.
some of them soon. I would love to hear them.
I can do that.
Do you use
Okay.
Ableton?
No, I use BandLab actually.
Okay. I don't know BandLab, but I know Ableton.
I used Ableton for a little bit, but
Yeah.
I was never really like.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know,
Oh,
I just-
someone said maybe pulling the volume of the phone up. Maybe that's what you need to do, Joe.
maybe talk. I just
There you
talked
go. Can you guys hear now?
to- Hi. Yeah, I just wanted to join just to kind of just talk,
Yeah.
I guess. You know,
It's good to see you, Joe. It's always good to see you.
good to see you too, Emerson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked our talk. That was a really good talk.
Yeah.
We'll
I've
talk
watched it
again.
back a couple times, but like it was I don't know, it's just weird seeing it like,
I know. I don't even watch my videos, to be honest, right?
you know. I released one. I just put out a video.
Like, what's that voice? It sounds like
Yeah. I just put out a video though on YouTube talking about.
Oh, you have a new YouTube channel. Okay. Send it to me and I'll send it to my newsletter next. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been procrastinating some stuff. Well, I haven't, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get like an apartment. It's been tough. you
How's
know?
the home situation? Are you in a more stable place?
So I'm still at like a recovery place.
Yeah.
Recovery center, which is cool, but I don't know. I've been like writing stuff down because
Oh, good.
I don't remember like anything.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that funny when there's no memory?
it's annoying actually. It's useful, that's for sure. But it's like I don't like care about the like
Yeah.
if I forget something, it's like
Yeah. It's the irrelevance of everything, right? So that's why it's no. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I just wrote stuff down and it feels almost like more difficult to do stuff. I still just like lay in bed a lot.
Yeah.
That's just that is what it is. But
All good, man. All good. And then reach out if you need any help. You know where to reach me, right? So I'm glad that your home situation is okay, right? So are you going to be in that recovery place for a while, or is it going to change to a more stable place?
possibly like by like December I might be getting an apartment.
Oh, cool. Cool. Proud of you, man. It's good.
It's silly.
Yeah.
Into it. It's so weird. It's like people keep trying to get
You just froze there, Joe. I'm going to drink coffee while you're frozen. I think Joe doesn't have a good internet connection, so.
Hello.
Hello, you're back? Where are you? I can't see you now. Just a second, Joe. Oh, there you are. Okay.
My phone crashed. Sorry about
Yeah, that's what I thought.
that. Technology. Will be the death of me. Just kidding. What was I talking about?
Oh, your home situation.
Yeah, I may be getting an apartment by like December. So
That's awesome.
that's cool. I mean, I was saying that there's not like an attachment to it. It's weird. It's like people will be like, well, you know, I'll talk about, like, I was talking about procrastination to someone. I'm like, you know,
Procrastinating is also it.
it is.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's like, if I could like choose not to do it, I would just not do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the issue is that I
But
can't.
obviously there's no choice. Right? So it just happens.
It just happens. So it's like, and then they're like, well, maybe you can do this and do that. I'm like, no, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying, hey, here's the issue. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful sharing, man.
Talk about. I don't.
We'll chat soon and give me your channel. Give me your channel and I'll take a look at it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just let anyone else.
Keep in touch, man. Keep in touch.
Oh, okay. All right. Bye.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, Emerson.
Hello, Maria.
Hi.
Maria.
I'm
Hello.
back. So I've just had the flu.
Oh, did you?
Like,
Yeah.
it
A lot of
was
people are getting sick,
gnarly.
huh?
Oh man,
Oh.
I live alone, so that's really when you're like, I am alone in the world. Like,
All by myself.
yeah, literally, it was so intense. But I live with like a chronic condition anyway, which
Yeah.
means I feel like shit a lot of the time, but
Yeah.
this is like extra shit.
Yeah.
And I realized that a lot of spiritual seeking for this character has been about, it's almost like doomsday prepping.
Yeah. You're a doomer. What do you call those people that
Yeah, or the
prepares?
prepper or a doomer.
Preppers,
Yeah.
preppers.
Preppers, yeah. Well, just because I was lying there and I was like, I mean, I
And
couldn't
then
really,
you
there was nothing
hoard all of the spiritual toilet paper.
No, but it's more like, it was more like yeah, exactly. No, it was more like I was like, I need to learn how to be okay with feeling like this.
With not being okay, yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
real, and that's been like a real thing for me, because I'm like,
But that's the default setting. You know what I'm saying?
to feel like shit when you
it's
feel
just-
like shit.
Yeah.
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 No, I know. So I was lying there for like
Because trying to
7
change that, then you
hours.
suffer, right? It's already shitty, and then you're suffering because you're like, how do I get rid of this shitty feeling? I can't get rid of this feeling. Why? All that kind of stuff, right? Then it becomes this avalanche of emotions, if you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, there was like, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stay with it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna feel into it, and then something's hopefully gonna let go. And then, like at like 4 a.m, I was like, I could take a paracetamol. And it was like, you know what I mean? It was like all this intense spirit, like, oh, I just have to be with it. And it was like, I just take a fucking paracetamol, like, and then I felt so much better. You know, and so it's kind of like,
because that's also what is taking paracetamol. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's also what
Right.
is. But we, you know what, in the spiritual circles, we're so trained almost to kind of like think that there's something wrong with you. So there's something wrong with your chakras, or you need to align. You know, there's you're not your vibrations are low, or any stuff that we create seemingly to create this mess. You know what I'm saying? When you're really just having a bad day and you have a headache from looking at yourself in the mirror, trying to you know, that kind of thing. And all it needs is an aspirin or something.
Yeah, exactly. And the creativity gets sucked out of the moment when you're so focused on.
Oh yeah, because
You know?
it's all about me, and the creativity has nothing to do with the me, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. The creativity is like, take a damn paracetamol. Like,
Yeah,
creativity or
take a rest.
or
You know what I'm
call a
saying?
friend.
Call
You
a
know,
friend.
and then
yeah.
at some point I was so miserable and lonely, and I was like, no, I must learn how to be alone. And then at a certain point I just like voice noted my friend just crying my eyes out, and I was like, oh, I feel so much better.
Yeah,
Because it's like a normal human, whatever, who cares?
that's what I was doing when I was trying to meditate and trying to be holy and everything, and I had this mountains of problems that were seemingly coming my way, right? Like my relationship was not working anymore. My mom was sick and I didn't know what to do because I was in a different province, and and I had to stay strong and everything. So I would try to meditate through it. And then the thought would come in. I'm like, I just really want to cry and go to a bar, and cry with a couple of friends and say that my life is turning into shit, that kind of thing, right? And just really cry it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yet I keep on trying to purify, like this, purify this, like let's be sattvic and, align my chakras.
Yeah, and it's kind of like this thing where it's like I should be able to feel okay in any situation. And that's just a sneaky way of being like, I should be happy when I'm sad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and here I was teaching all of these tools, right? I had like a tool belt of spiritual tools to deal with any of this. And then my good friend basically asked, but you have all the tools. I'm like, none of them work. None of them are working now. None of them are working, right? It's almost like my pain keeps on getting higher and higher and higher. That, it's like if I meditate, I'm like, do I need to meditate 8 hours a day now? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like I went through a period where I didn't see anyone for 3 years, I think. Like I saw maybe like one person a month.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time I was practicing.
You ended up doing the me sangha.
Yes, which is a really petri dish for insanity.
It is.
Go fucking bananas because it's all self-referential.
It is.
All like the spiritual ego gets so big because it's all you are after a while. Yeah. And that was really miserable when really all I could have just called a friend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was like so vilified in that state. And so it's really nice to just be
again,
like,
you know what, the idea that you are on a path or on a journey is horrible because you're it's very isolating. No one understands me, what I'm going through. Like I think I said before, in my intimate relationship, I said my spiritual path is my number one priority.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's good. 100%. It was like, there was like this is your life, Maria. What do you choose? Or like, I choose spirit, or like I choose enlightenment, and I just went all in enlightenment, and only to realize that I'm just a schmo.
Yeah, that's what it is. It really humbles. It's just really, really humbling, because what seems to appear is this trying to get something to support this apparent idea to be special. So when this is seen as the specialness, the specialitis gets cured. And it really, really humbles the character, because it's just this, right? It's really humbling to see that there is no one less, or there's no one more, because there's no one.
I also think it's a specialitis, but it's also just a desperation to feel better. Like
it is, yeah.
Like I was so physically sick for so long and nobody could help me
Yeah.
That it was like, I need to somehow not be myself anymore because I want to fucking die. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
and that, yeah. And that, so I really have a lot of compassion for the character in that way. Like,
Yeah.
it was a real desperation,
Of
but
course. Yeah.
but I also, yeah, it didn't really, yeah. It didn't leave any space to actually look for things that could make me feel better. It became, it was like I was just trying to get rid of myself because I was in so much pain.
When I was in spirituality, I never took any aspirin or anything, right? So one day I took it. I'm like, oh, wow, what is this miracle?
Yeah. I'm going to take this every day.
I was like, what the hell is this miracle pill? Like my backache is gone. It was so shocking, right? Because I believed that it was my lower vibrations is causing all of this pain and everything. So I had to do sattvic activities to purify. Or I'm like, oh, it's all these bad thoughts that I'm having, right? That is appearing as manifesting as physical pain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like,
yeah, of course. It's just no.
the paracetamol. You're like, what the hell? I can sleep.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've kind of started on a new healing path for my body in the last few months, which is just very like scientifically based. It's like functional medicine.
Yeah.
It's like detoxing, and it's very measured. It's very, backed by a practitioner. I'm not going at it myself at all. And like, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard actually to not get really attached to the outcome, but like, who cares if I get attached to the outcome, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Future, past. Yeah. There's just a lot of hope in it. And that's been kind of a bit of a quite humbling as well.
It is,
actually.
yeah. It is, yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for the share.
Thanks.
Thank you. I have Gunver next, and then I have Jeffrey. Hi, Gunver. How are you doing? Hello.
Hi, Emerson.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, I can relate to the thing. We're not taking a paracetamol. It's like you just have to push through,
That's what they did
was
before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was just
me
like,
too.
Yeah.
No, but I wanted to this day was so full of I wanted to refer to something else you said earlier, like this thing, just the animation just dropping, like coming and dropping immediately. Like today I've had so much frustration for some reason, there was a lot of frustration here. And when this character has this, she has a tendency to talk out loud in order to sort of like, I don't know, to justify her inner frustration towards that seeming being she's frustrated with.
Yes.
Like there's a kind of like an inner dialogue, but it's actually appearing very physically because I'm basically speaking out loud. Yeah. And I've done it for many, many years. So I've been aware of it. Yeah. But somehow, and I was always very critical of it, like you're half insane or you're schizophrenic or whatever. What's wrong with you, kind of thing. And also because I have several voices. I have not only, let's say, this regular voice. There's actually also another voice rising sometimes of a very, very small child. And so that's sort of like being judged as the trauma from early on, and then it's mixed with this adult being seemingly. But now the funny thing today, this let's say theater of talking out loud, which has basically gone on for the whole day more or less, to the point where it was just like there was this moment of stopping, and I was like, wow, this has nothing to do with me. Exactly. This is really just a voice talking out of this seeming character's
Yes,
mouth.
it's just
And-
coming and going, right? Like
Yeah.
it's so.
But it's very weird that let's say I seemingly are talking to myself in my home, in
Yeah.
my house. And
It's like
having
it's like wholeness that has gone insane, right?
yes,
Yeah.
in a way, because like it's kind of like defendable if it's going on in the mind.
Yes.
But the minute it's coming out of the mouth, then it's like,
Oh,
you're half crazy, woman. What's wrong with you? Get your act together, something like that. But the truth is, it's exactly the same.
it's
As
exactly the
if I've had an
same.
inner dialogue in the mind, which everyone I think knows this, when you have a loop
Yeah.
of something that you want to say to someone or somebody or whatever, and that's just an internal dialogue all day long, like a broken record. And now it's just like, I saw that this is exactly the same, although it's very strange to have this talking out of your, seemingly coming out of your mouth, and having that seeming, let's say, dialogue with yourself, pretending you're talking to another, but it's actually really completely observable. It was like, there is no one here. This talking is simply happening by itself, no matter how insane that seemingly seemed to the character.
It's insane to think about that, but without the thought, it's sane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was very weird because it has been, let's say, judged very much here as, wow, you got a screw loose, or you're losing your marbles or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But today it was like very clear somehow, like, okay, talking is happening, and it's seemingly very frustrated or something, but it has zero to do with anything.
Yes. It
Very
has
weird.
nothing to do with you whatsoever, right?
Yeah,
You know, all
yeah.
of these, and that's quite hard to understand, right? Because the thought seems to be about you, but it has nothing to do with you, and which is very, it's unthinkable.
But okay, then it's unthinkable, but then maybe like, it's unthinkable to think that this is not you. Exactly, you see?
Yeah, it's such a beautiful trick, right? It's like, wow.
Yeah. But then my question is like, I mean, there isn't any really answer, but let's just ask anyway, like why is it seemingly coming like this? Why is it not just staying like an internal dialogue in the mind? Why is it, you know?
But that even is irrelevant, even that.
I know, but it's kind of like out of curiosity, that's an asking, why is it happening like this and not just in the mind? You know?
it's that's the mystery, right?
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
And maybe even the mystery is that when I say like, why is it not happening in the mind? Well, there aren't really any mind, and that these seeming words coming out now are just the same as what if I'm running around talking to myself.
Yes, totally. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The inner and the outer is the same thing. The voice that speaks right now is the same. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But somehow in this illusion, the voice seems to be more controlled. You know what I'm saying? But really, there's no control with it.
Absolutely.
Seems to be that you're choosing to say this, but really there's no choice outside of a thought. You know what I'm saying? It's just all really just flickering. The sound that comes in and out, right?
Yeah.
It's like a dead signal.
Yes, exactly. And and another thing, because like when it started in the morning, I was like trying to like, let's say maybe a natural response from the character is to try and stop it. Like, oh, I don't want this. Why are you walking around talking to? But then I realized what you're saying, there's no control. I couldn't stop it if I tried to, because 2 seconds later, I'm talking again.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, don't fight it. You know, you're going uphill here. You're going to lose this battle, because it's going to come back straight after you stopped it. It's just going to come back.
It does. What it's a story as well, but what you resist persists, right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
And then there was also this idea, but that was more coming from something that came from the meeting Friday, some frustration that also rose from that meeting.
Yeah.
That later led me to sort of like have an eternal sort of like just a trail of thoughts, right?
Yeah.
That seeming to be educating itself, kind of like a clarity of some thought, but then in words. And then there was this idea, like we're speaking now seemingly, but like you said, everything is just sound. But this sounding of a voice where we are seemingly capable of understanding each other or what we are saying is actually very much in slow motion, because if you speed up that seeming talk, it will become like an unrecognizable sound. And if you speed it even further up, there's only emptiness. There's no even sound.
It's or even that, and that analogy of there's 24 picture frame, what I'm saying, in a film strip, right? So that makes a movie that's moving. If you press pause, sometimes you'll end up with blank.
Yeah. And also, is it then maybe the same that the film that is seemingly going so fast is actually going incredibly slow, so that us seeming characters can grasp pictures and images and words and hear seeming words instead of just mumbling sounds?
That's right. Yeah.
It's
beautiful. Thank you for that. I like that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll chat again soon now, Gunber.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then I think, I'm not sure who's next, but Regina and then Jeffrey. Was it Jeffrey or Regina? I'm not sure. Oh, Jeffrey. Okay. Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey.
Yeah. I'm just reacting to something Maria said. She was talking about being in pain and wanting to die at one point.
Yeah.
I went through a period in my life of several years where I was stuck in anger and disappointment and sorrow, and I was in incredible pain. The pain wasn't just in my mind, it was also in my body. I mean,
of course. Yeah.
Aching with pain.
Yeah.
And I did everything I could think of to try to get rid of the pain. I went to an acupuncturist. I went to a doctor, a hypnotherapist. I tried everything. And the more I tried to get rid of the pain, the worse it got. And then one night I was thinking, and I started talking to God, because I was still having in a relationship with God.
I remember that. Yeah.
At that point on my path, I still talk to God once in a while. By the way.
Why not?
That's all right. I mean, he's there when you need him. Anyway, and I said to God, I said, I cannot live one more day with this pain. I am going to kill myself if you don't show me the way out.
Yeah.
And then a voice in my head said, turn on the TV. So I turned on the TV, and someone was talking about Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, wow.
And they quoted Eleanor Roosevelt having said, in order to live, you must love whatever the pain is. And I realized that I had tried everything to get rid of the pain. I tried everything but loving it. And I mean, it sounds crazy. It's counterintuitive. No one loves pain, but it's not.
That can be debated.
It's not, it's not that you have to like the pain. No one likes pain. But love it. Embrace it. Accept it. Work with it. So I hung that quote up on the wall. In order to live, you must love whatever the pain is. And the pain started to go away. And within a week, it was gone.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
The last thing you would think of doing.
Yeah, totally.
Often the thing that works.
It's just as it is, right? So it's not even loving it. Pain is pain.
Well, loving it was like it was, then it couldn't be there anymore.
Yeah.
Because pain is about resistance. It's the opposite of love. So when it's like loving your enemy, then they're not your enemy.
Yeah. It's like my story with pain when I caught my 2 fingers in a garage door.
I did that once.
It's horrible, right?
I broke one of my fingers.
It was 2 fingers, and the idea that came was, I'm like, I think I'm gonna lose my fingers. But what was really strong was the pain. It was just this immense pain. So I sat down But since there's no more story of like, oh, Emerson, you're so clumsy. Oh, why is this happening to me? There's no more why of that, right? So the pain that was appearing was the throbbing pain, actually, because it's all of this endorphins trying to kind of like come to your fingers. It was actually very euphoric at one point. I'm like, oh, wow.
Without the
It's just,
judgment, it can
yeah.
be cool.
It's not
It's
preferable,
life.
but it's also
Life.
very euphoric, right? It's like, oh wow. And then I had this funny thought. I'm like, okay, that's why these S&M and S&M people like pay.
Right. Well,
Not into it, but but I get it. You know what I'm saying?
anyway, so my message to Maria is to love her pain.
Thank you so much.
It might really change everything.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you for sharing. And I have Regina. Hi, Regina. Hello.
Hi, Emerson.
Hi. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, I got to know you for 2 days.
Oh yeah.
So yesterday and today, I watched your videos. I watched several videos. To my understanding, just this.
Yeah.
Nothing else. This just the silence.
Yeah.
Just the or I can say the energy field or the peace.
Yeah.
The phenomena happens automatically.
Yes.
Nothing is real. Everything like holographic projection.
Yeah, real or unreal is just words, right? So all of these words seems to create this veil of separation without the words.
Yes, the words, the concepts.
Yeah.
Sustain the separation.
Yes. Very much so, yeah.
But I still have the sense of I. This identity positioned on the personal self. Now the I, still the sense of I positioned on
but
this.
without that thought, is there really that? Meaning that if we can't use that idea, because it's just an idea, right?
Right.
Is there really an I? if for example, in all of the vocabulary, the I gets completely eliminated, you can't use it.
Okay.
Is there an I?
Just a word is I.
It's just a word, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
The
just
sense
a concept.
actually is a silence.
It's exactly. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with the sense. It's just what is. The thought that there's an I with the sense is the illusion.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that I observe the world through the I sense. There's a center.
Yeah.
But there's no center at all.
There's no center at all. That's just another idea. Hooray.
Things just happens like this.
Yeah.
So no doer.
No doer, because that's just another idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is unthinkable. It cannot be processed, right? Because it's just seemingly coming in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no center that comes in and out.
Yeah. But sometimes I feel I still have the residue.
That's also it. There's really no residue. It's just an appearance.
Yeah.
It just comes in and out.
Just a belief.
Yes. Because when you go to sleep, when you go in deep sleep, what residue?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's already done.
It's already done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
you just think
just
it's not.
This.
Yeah. You just don't think it is done.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Simple.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
I wanted to tell Gunver not to worry. It happens all the time here.
Oh, the
I don't,
talking.
Kathy.
That's
I'm
why, you
crazy
know, when you had-
already. It's okay.
Hi. No, when you have pets, you can always pretend you were talking to the pet if somebody comes up to the door. I was talking to the cat. But what was I was going to say something? Oh yeah, and many times, and Emerson can attest to this, and somebody else at the meeting, I shall not name her, but she must be a good friend, will tell me, you're mute, so you're unmuted. And I'm sitting there talking to myself about people at the meeting because I don't even realize. Yeah. I just start talking. Yeah, it just happens. It's, you know, whatever. Don't worry about it.
I don't think
Get
she
a
is
puppy
worried now.
like Emerson, and you can see you can talk. Huh? What?
Do you know what, Kathy? It's sometimes
Yeah,
much
I
better
mean,
to talk to yourself. You get a lot better
Yeah.
answers.
Yeah. Agreed. Absolutely talking to yourself. Nobody to fight with. Yeah, I had a terrible yesterday. I don't know what happened to me. I went off. Yeah, it never happened like that before. And it was in the gas station with the mechanic. And I was like, you know, you didn't fix my car. It was already dark at the time, you know, supposedly. I said, what's that pink stuff? And then I got in my car because he and another mechanic had to like help somebody. And he was like, you owe me $80. I was like, I owe you nothing. And then he put his arm on the door so I couldn't close the door. And then I said, I couldn't close the door to my car. And then I said, which is totally the opposite. I said, well, you know where I live. To him, he's supposed to say to me, I know where you live. So I said to him, anyway, he just then let me go out, you know, drive out of the parking lot. And, you know, then I got home, I felt terrible. Later, after I thought it all through, I thought, who the hell was that? What was that all about? And so the next day I was going up, was that today or yesterday? I don't remember. It was yesterday. So I was going up there with the money that I was going to give to the receptionist, who's a male also. And which I had a disagreement with a couple of weeks ago. I've only been to this gas station twice. So as I'm crossing the street with the money in my hand, I see the mechanic getting into a car that was in the front there. And he didn't drive away. He waited for me to pull up, you know, to come up to the window. And he said, is your heater working? And I said, no. He said, sorry, because that's what he was trying to fix. He said, sorry. And I said, yeah. And then he looked at me and he said, what happened? And I just looked back at him and I said, I don't know. And then he just smiled, and you know, I gave him the money, but it was like so weird. Like why did I start to fight with this guy? It was like very,
That's
very
also
sick.
what
I've
is.
never said I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you. You don't even know how to fix cars. Get me out of here. It was so bad, you know. So whatever, these things just happen. However, they just happen.
It's just
And
what is.
yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it is, that's
Yeah.
also it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like funny though, but when I got there the next day, it's like, you know, the anger, the rage and the anger totally softened.
Yeah.
It totally went from one extreme where I was boiling to like totally just melted. It just melted. It was like it was like the two extremes came together. It was like, I can't explain it. It was just such a feeling of, I can't.
Yeah.
It was just absolutely amazing how the next day was, and the apology and all that. It was just like weird. I said, it must be like people have makeup sex. They say that's the best. I wouldn't know, but I mean, it must be that, because it was just so beautiful. It was just
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Kind of like what I said in
After
the
so much
beginning, right? It's just,
anger and
it just
rage.
comes and goes, right? It's like always coming and going. And that includes anger or grudges or stuff like that, right? It just comes and goes. And it's just this wondrous play of this or that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you could see it was totally autonomous, though. I mean, it was
It
so
is
out of
autonomous.
character for me to tell somebody they don't know how to fix shit, and I'm not paying you, and get your hands off my car.
Oh no.
You know, it was like totally, I don't know. It's a little bit upsetting later.
It's
Because,
also what is,
but
that's
you
also
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, you just can't come from that place all the time. But it was like, I don't know, I can't explain it. You expect to be provoked.
Yeah.
I created the provocations in my head. The poor man was just flushing out the
Seemingly.
radiator like I told him
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the provocations are just the thoughts that come up. And yeah, whatever. I wasn't happy. I didn't think he did it right. What was the coolant's name? What was, all these thoughts were going in my head. And just let into him like that. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, thank
yeah.
you for sharing. That's beautiful.
You just want to be even.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be even. Yeah. It's not going to be even. And you don't even know what you're saying to people. Sometimes you could say the worst thing to somebody. You didn't say it.
Yeah.
It wasn't you.
Kind of like what I think it was Gunver that was saying earlier, that thoughts, even what you're saying, has nothing to do with you.
Right, exactly. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
The thoughts came in, and
it's insane to think that, right? It's insane to think that, but that's what is. Yeah.
There's no you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who's that?
I think it was
no
Steve.
you. So anyway, yeah.
Nothing to do with you. Yeah, because there's no
Steve?
you.
Yeah, there's no you, Steve. Yeah, there's no you. Just a bunch of.
It's just Ewing. It's just you.
Ewing. Yeah.
Ewing.
Ewing. EWE. EWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we are. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Before one more thing I was going to say. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I had to do a lot of raking this morning, so I had a lot of time to think. So,
I love this randomness.
I said, Emerson is so kind. I love the way you, everybody, all your friends have channels, and you go, you talk, it's because everybody knows you, and a lot of people are just starting out. And even like you said to Joe before, yeah, send me a channel or something, I'll put you whatever. And I thought, that is so nice that you do that. And then I was like, well, when Emerson started talking 2 years ago, who came to you? Jim. And who spent a good 2 hours with you on an interview? Tony.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just like, whatever, was out there with that, he's just going around doing the same, it's kind of like in the same flow of that. I thought, because I was like, wow, that's such a nice thing to do. And then I remembered Jim going up to Toronto, and I remember the interview with Tony. So they vetted you, really, didn't they? They kind of vetted you, right? But anyway, so I said, gee, if I get a channel, I wonder if Emerson will come on my channel.
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course.
No, don't. You didn't hear the punchline. You haven't heard the punchline. So, guess what the name of the channel will be?
I have no idea.
Tidy Whitey.
Well, thank you for sharing, Kathy.
I laugh so much over that. That makes me laugh so much. I had to say it. Tidy Whitey. Anyway, thanks for listening to my ramblings. It's all just
No worries
rambling.
at all.
No worries. Okay. Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
I'm going to unmute now. I'm going to mute myself now so I don't start talking out loud.
No
And
worries at all.
everybody hears. No, there is a
There's a couple of questions here. I lost it. I can't find it now. Can you say something about being lost? There's a play of lost and found, but there's really nothing lost because it's always already this. It's simply what it is, right? So it's always moving. One thing goes and another comes, seemingly, right? It's like a cycle of this. But in the cycle of this, it's the dance of being lost. It's just another way of an expression of this. So lost is just also this. So it's never lost, really. Never lost. Always found, but nothing to be found because it's always this. Yeah. It's always looking for something, right? Seemingly, but it's in that joy or that play of looking for something that always already is. It's like an intricate play of hide and seek when everything is already exposed. When what seems to be hidden is already exposed in everything. Nothing is ever missing. Because what is looking is also what's being looked at. It's a beautiful trick, right? It's an intricate but very simple trick. Seemingly intricate to ideas, but without any ideas, it's so simple, it does not require anything. Oh, hello, Antonia. Did I forgot to call again? I'll call you after. Hello. I can't hear you though.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm on my Sunday walk.
Oh, beautiful. It looks warm there.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's very warm.
I can't wait to get there.
It's like
I can't wait to get there in
degrees.
February. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We will have fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a splendid day today. And I took you with me on the walk first
Oh,
time.
beautiful.
And it worked out. I could listen. And what the lady said before, I can't remember her name, was about pain.
Yes.
I made the similar experience. when my late husband died, and before he was very, very sick, and I had to do the attendance.
Yeah.
And my life just finished in a way.
Yeah.
And I just had to dedicate everything to him.
Yeah.
And there was a moment after a time, and I just bowed down and was binding his shoes. And that was just the glimpse, the moment. Forget
Yeah.
about yourself. Now you're totally for him, and just forget about me.
Yeah.
And I had the most wonderful time while I did the attendance, because it was not a question of me anymore.
Beautiful.
And that
Wow.
changed me.
Yes. That's what liberates is that, right? It's already
Actually,
liberated.
yeah, it was just a basic moment for me, because I felt that's it. And it's going about all the time. Sorry, my English is not very well.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's hard to explain.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful sharing. Yeah.
And when my late husband, the last one, but also a very similar perspective, yes, not long to live anymore. My pain was incredible. It was just incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not a big crier, never cried a lot in my life, but then I had to cry 2 weeks in a row. I couldn't
Oh,
stop.
wow.
I just couldn't stop.
Yeah. It flowed, right? All the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
flowing.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, there was a moment I was hollow like a bum. And it was just streaming through me. And there was coming a feeling, I can do this, and I do the best what I have for him. And that's all what is important now. That's all what to do.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy so much that you're coming soon.
Yes, me too. February. I'll send it to the next newsletter, and I still love to talk to you. It's just for some odd reason today, a lot of people were there's a lot of seeming kind of like breakthroughs, right? Seeking breakthroughs, right? It's kind of like, oh, so I'm getting a lot of calls. It's a couple of videos that I did a one-on-one that's being watched, and it's just clarifying seemingly that whatever it is what it is. Yeah, for some odd reason this past week I've been getting a lot of people that have been responding, right? Basically sharing their without even talking to me, which is beautiful, right? It's just they're watching some of the videos and it has nothing to do with me, of course. And it's just this seeming expressions of they're like, oh, I need to talk to you, and something happened. And I usually respond right away, just in case that there is, because it can be in the story, of course, what seems to appear can be devastating. It could be a devastating loss, or it could be a complete, like, I don't know what's happening. Oops.
There is, you make it so easy for one to speak about the hindrances or what moves one inside, or what is the pain or the grief. You make it so easy and it just flows out. You have so much love, Emerson.
Oh,
it's
thank
so
you.
beautiful.
So are you. It's the same.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. It just emanates all of this.
Sometimes I think, my God, I have listened 40 years to all these masters, and it's so boring. They tell me all the same.
Same here. I listen to all of those too.
Yeah. But something pulls me Sunday, 3:00.
Yeah.
And I switch it on again.
Yeah.
And then I feel you transmit something which is beyond words. And I could just feel that.
Same with you. It's the same. Love you. Take care. We'll talk soon.
Yes, and I have a room, 17th and 18th of February.
Perfect. Yay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
I can
got
announce
it.
it now. Yes. Yay. Thank you.
Great, great.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm really
you.
excited. It's going to be great to be in a warm place.
Yeah, we will have fun.
Yeah. Thank you. I have a couple more questions here from Gunver. Hi, Gunver. And then I think,
Fun.
hi, Gunver. Thank
Hi
you so
there
much,
again.
Antonia.
Thank you.
I just wanted, Antonia just used this word basic, and I really like that. She said, it just was a very basic experience. It's like, I have this feeling that when the character is the one that's actually like judging what is not a appropriate behavior, like my talking all day long to myself, but the moment that is kind of like just accepted for what it is, then it's really very basic and like back to normalness. And there's a
Yes.
kind of sense of harmony that this character is constantly trying to let's say screw up with its like when you said everything is this, there was something here that maybe heard it for the first time when you just said it before.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everything is this. It doesn't
And
really
that too.
matter.
Even that.
Yes, but it doesn't really matter if it's a seeming weird behavior or according to the world standards or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's also this.
It's
and
also
then
this. I
all of
talk
a
to
sudden there's
trees.
a yes. And I talk to myself, but I also
Yeah.
just talk to whatever, because I'm also walking and talking, and
Yeah.
I'm never noticing if anybody's really watching me doing that.
Yeah.
And there's just that is happening here a lot, and always did, I think, even when I was a child. But there's just, when you just said this, it's like, oh, that normalizes everything, because everything is this. So it doesn't matter.
It is. And it's just the simplicity, right? The basicness of what is.
Yeah.
It's just so ordinary. And
It's back to
there's,
base.
yeah. And it's, and the seeming trying to, seeming claiming of knowing this complicates it, makes it into this fantastical idea of something. It becomes spiritual BS, basically. You know what I'm saying? When it becomes this grandiose idea of what is, when it's just so beautiful and stunningly clear.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know what just happened, but something was just heard there. Like, all of it is this. It does not matter what's happening here.
Boom.
Boom. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Antonia, did you want to speak again? Sorry. Or that was from previous one. Okay, thank you. There's a couple of questions here. Could you please talk some more about illness in the body? It's also just what appears. It's there seems to be of trying to figure out a cause and effect and everything. There could be in the story a cause and effect, and also treatment. Clarity on what's happening is just simply what is. Again, when magical thinking happens of what seems to appear, then it becomes more suffering of seemingly what is just appearing as, illness. This character, when I was a kid, it was a sickly kid. It went to hospital back and forth, and so there was always constantly trying to get better and trying to get better. So when this illness appears, it's just what is, and there's nothing wrong or right with it. It's just what is happening.
Love it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Did you want to say something, Jeffrey?
No, I was just saying illness in the body is the same thing as the pain I was talking about. You just have to love it.
Yeah. It's just what is. Yeah.
Instead
It's
of
just
judging it as being something wrong. I once read this quote I really love, that the illness is the cure.
beautiful. I like that.
It's not something wrong. And when you think it's something wrong, you're trying to get it fixed, and it just keeps being wrong. The more you try to fix it, the more wrong it becomes. So if you just accept it, it just
and again, there's really nothing wrong or right. It's just what is. Yeah.
Stop fighting it.
Yeah. Thank you. There's a couple more questions here. With non-dualism, it seems, I can't read that. With non-dualism, it seems like nothing matters. I want to matter and I get full of fear and panic. And I get full of fear and I'm triggered by the thought that I really don't matter. This is a stuck spot for me. Can you talk about this? Because there's an idea of what nothing matters is. There's a construct of what nothing is. So nothing is nothing that can be thought about. It's the limited view of what seems to be an idea that you don't matter. There's really no you to matter or not matter. Then there's just this play of whatever it is, this wondrous appearance of this joy and seeming sadness that happens sometimes, of ups and downs. And when there is just seeing that this is just a ride in stillness, it's just a sound of silence. Then mattering or not matter does not matter, both equally. It's just what is. So it's being at peace with whatever is. But not you being at peace, peace being peace. So there's no more separation. Peace realizes itself as peace, not as a time construct. It's just a wondrous shift in perception that this is already peace. And the fear that arises is the rejection of the peace that it is. Simply already this. It's just very simple. Also loving how bonkers we all are. Yes.
Emerson, hi.
Yes. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, just because quite a few people tonight have spoken about the pain.
Yes.
And the loving the pain, accepting the pain.
Yeah.
Because that is it as well, of course. But
there's no one really choosing to love or hate it.
There's no one there to choose what they do about it at all. So it's a bit like that conversation is end of story, isn't it?
It's just a story, because there's, but that's just what is as well. There's really no one choosing to love or reject the pain. It's just what is.
Yeah. But I have lots of confusion around that and around the body. What's going on in the body. And because I tend to constantly, the me here constantly thinks, how can I make this better? Or how can I
it has nothing to do with the idea of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be pain. If it's pain, it's pain.
No, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. I think what I'm saying is there's the me here is constantly, I say constantly because I've been pretty ill over the years, trying to, well, not even trying, but just automatically maybe taking homeopath pills or
that's also what is,
and that's also what is, but it seems I'm a little bit confused between that, me doing that, or it's not me doing it, it's just what's happening, and the conversations around I'm not quite sure how to put it into words, but
well, that's just what's happening with Jeff, right? It doesn't mean that it's the same for everyone. It's just what is. So taking pills is also what is. Not taking pills is also what is.
but it seems that there's an idea, I don't quite know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
In my head, that somehow doing that intensifies the sense that there's a separate me that needs sorting.
Yeah, but it's just what is. Again, there's really no, that's nothing to do, pain has nothing to do with you. It's just what happens. So the idea that, you can love or not love it is just another idea.
But yeah, does it intensify the sense of someone here who needs fixing? Or feel better?
Wanting to feel better or fixing it is also what is. So it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, what you do or don't, because there's really no one doing any of it. There's no one choosing to hate. There's no one choosing to love. It's just what is. But if that seems to work for Jeff, then that's what is as well. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it's for everybody.
No. But does it intensify the idea of there's a me here?
Oh, but there's no me that it's already, you know what I'm saying? So loving is just loving it, or hating is just hating it. There's no one behind it, really. Yeah.
I'm really confused. I don't get it.
We'll talk later. We'll talk more later if you like. Again, this communication, not my communication or anyone communication, right? It's not, there's nothing to do with the personal. It has nothing to do with choosing or not choosing. So the contradictions seem to happen when Jeff said that just choose to love, you know what I'm saying? Which is seemingly kind of like an instruction, but that's not coming from this character. It's just basically that's what Jeff is saying, and that's what's worked for him. Then that's what works for him. You know what I'm saying? It's more psychological what he's talking about. But this talk has nothing to do with choosing or not choosing. It's just what is.
So when I seek something that makes me feel better,
that's also it.
Better. That's also it.
Yeah.
What it? So yeah. So what I'm saying is, does that accentuate the feeling that there's a separate me who needs sorting? Or feel better?
Not really, because that's just what's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if, for example, if you have a headache, then just taking a pill also happens. There's no you doing that. It's just what's happening.
Yeah, I do get that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm talking about in the story.
In the story, okay. But in the story, you know what I'm saying? It's for example, if a kid, if a kid has an ouchie, right? Then it basically goes to the mommy and say, hey, mommy, can you make this feel better? But it doesn't mean that the kid is thinking that there's a me that needs to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't reinforce it. Does that make any sense? It's just what naturally happens. So seeking comfort and release from pain is also what is.
Well, yeah, of course, I know that.
Yeah.
I do, of course, I know that. But maybe.
Well, Jeffrey has his hand on. Maybe he can talk. This is just Jeffrey's opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is.
No, it's not actually what Jeffrey said. I mean, I get what Jeffrey said. I'm not talking about that. Well, yeah, and I get it's what's happening.
Yeah.
But I've got this idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the me has got this idea that if you seek to feel better, like physically or emotionally feel better,
that reinforces the me.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. See, that's something that is just another thought, just another idea that it reinforces to me. There's really no me that is getting reinforced. And sometimes, when there is just, and I'll just say it really, really frankly, right? When there's just this idea of a me, if it's being reinforced, then the idea that there's always a me that reinforces is just another story. For example, if a person has not been seeking this, has no idea what this is, again, it's almost like a construct again, right? In the seeking of liberation from the me always gets reinforced seemingly, but really there's no me in the first place. So that's why I don't really talk much about the me anymore, because it just it contradicts that there is no one when it's constantly mentioned over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm getting at? You know? Yeah. So I talk more about the freedom of what is already.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it doesn't match anymore with that idea of a me, because really there is. You know what I'm saying? It's just really simplifying it. Whatever appears is what it is. It's just another additional baggage to think that there's a me that reinforces this. So that's why I don't really talk much about it. That's why we're getting confused earlier. It's almost like a different, you know. But yeah, but the freedom from that idea that there's a me is just simply seeing that it's already, that there's nothing that's get reinforced, that there's nothing that needs to drop, and it's just you know, it's almost like a teaching again, right? That there's no me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you're saying it,
It's a concept. Yeah. It's concept. It's going into concepts now, because it's and when I do one-on-ones, it's almost like a deprogramming of that idea that there is a me that's always, you know, that reinforces. It's almost like a carrot now, that there's a me that needs to fall away.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's already no me.
Yeah.
It's the way that this character communicates.
Yeah.
It's already free.
Yeah, that feels like it's clearing the fog, just to hear you talk.
Yeah. 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 Sometimes, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the fog that there's a me that reinforces this, or there's a me that's behind this, right? But again, that's just talking about another illusion. If there's clarity that's seeing that is nonsensical, that talk about the me. It's almost like it's almost dogmatic. It becomes dogmatic to think that there is a me that needs to get rid of, or a me behind that gets reinforced and everything. So an illusion just reinforces an illusion, and it creates this confusion that there is, you know. So there's what seems to appear in these meetings now. There's just this love and acceptance for what is, although there's no one choosing it. There's just this openness, so to speak. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm think I'm there.
Good. Yeah. Good. Hooray.
Finally.
Yeah. Love you very much, Corey.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add something. I'm in my late 70s.
Yeah.
And I'm watching my body fall apart.
Yeah.
And I know that is part of the aging process.
Are you really in your 70s, Jeffrey? You look like you're in your 40s.
Oh, no. But the thing is, if I resist the aging process, it's a losing battle. So why resist?
In the story, if you resist it, it's just a losing.
So
yeah.
Embracing it, loving it, even seeing the gift of watching the body go, and the spirit becomes liberated as the body goes. So I'm even beginning to see that it's a blessing that I get to watch my body fall apart, because then I have to let it go. And
it's beautiful.
It's not my body anyway. It never was my body.
Beautiful. Yeah. In what seems to come and goes, there's always this luminous emptiness that nothing ever goes. And that's the freedom that's already what is.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we can have stories and whatever seems to what's happening, and that's also okay. But the openness, you know what I'm saying, of what's being talked about, this is just this constant, you know, reappearance that it's already what it is. Whatever seems to be appearing, it is what it is. Beautiful. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that comment. Hi, Emerson. I really enjoyed the newsletter, especially when you shared that letter. Oh, I thought it was just really fun, saying I just like that fun. It encapsulates what's being talked about. Can you share more of that? Maybe, yeah, or, it's really pointless because it just becomes a point of comparison. I really like just the fun nature that was shared. And it just really cracks me up, that no one really does anything because that was not even a person that I've talked to. It was just an email basically that was sent, and it's just the simplicity. It's just the illumination that it's already done, that nothing is really needed. And that was a beautifully placed, written in that. And the character, if I remember correctly, did 4 years of intense seeking, I guess, right? That went into spiritual practice of not eating meat, or again, there's nothing wrong or right about that. And at the end, it was just really funny. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you so much for the comments. So yeah, so in this persistent cascade, everything slips away. Again, these words are just vanishing, appears and vanishes, echoes of external sounds, although there's no internal or external, and the fleeting appearances of these seeming images that comes and goes. Wow, wow, wow. Materializes and dissolves. Wow. Emerging and disappearing. Wow. Receding into the void. Yet there is nothing that has ever happened. Nothing has ever moved. It's just simply already this. So thank you so much, everyone, for spending a couple of hours. There's a breakout room. My Ella Bella is dying for a walk, so I'm going to do that. I don't know if you can hear, but thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Emerson.
beautiful rest of your
Thank
Sunday.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emerson.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Much love.
You.
Thanks.
Mwah.
Love you.
Mwah.
Thank
Mwah.
you.
Thank you.